Away they go. The 5-runner Munster Hurdle, 2 miles and a furlong. And it is Bunting who leads early on. From stable companion Got Glory, close up is Beckett Rock, followed by Angus Stewart. Last of the quintet is Ballycallan King. Long run to flight number 2. It's Bunting, the leader, from Beckett Rock. Racing together, 3rd and 4th. Got Glory, Angus Stewart. And adrift by a handful of lengths is Ballycallan King. Steady as they go, coming down the hill. It's Bunting, followed by Beckett Rock, Got Glory, Angus Stewart, and Ballycallan King. As they stack up on the approach to the straight, where they will link up with flights 2 and 3. Bunting in the lead by a couple of lengths to Beckett Rock. Another couple of lengths back to Got Glory, who's just shading 3rd from Angus Stewart. 5th of the 5 is Ballycallan King. Little or no changes in the order as they come down the straight to the second flight. Bunting, followed by Beckett Rock, Got Glory, Angus Stewart, and lastly Ballycallan King. At the second, it's Bunting with ears pricked, followed by Beckett Rock, Got Glory, the quartered colours, with the final couple, Angus Stewart and Ballycallan King, taking closer order. Final flight next time. And it's Bunting, maintaining a couple of lengths advantage over Beckett Rock. Got Glory 3rd, 4th is Angus Stewart. Last of the 5 with the circuit of races, Ballycallan King. Making the bend to the 10 furlong point, with 6 flights left to jump. In race 3, the Munster Hurdle. It's Bunting, as if yet to be headed, tracked all the while by Beckett Rock. Little between Got Glory and Angus Stewart for the 3rd, and still observing from 5th and last place Ballycallan King. As they head for the halfway stage, Bunting, followed by Beckett Rock, Got Glory, Angus Stewart, and Ballycallan King. Turning a right to head up the back straight. Bunting by a length and a half to Beckett Rock. 2.5 lengths back to Got Glory, who's just 3rd from Angus Stewart. And finally Ballycallan King, who made a slight mistake. On to the next up the far side, almost at the completion of a circuit. And it's Bunting striding on by 2.5 lengths over Beckett Rock, then Got Glory, Angus Stewart, and a gap once more back to Ballycallan King. Going to the 3rd and final flight across the back straight. This is 3 from the finish. As they pass their point of departure, it's Bunting, followed by Beckett Rock, Got Glory, Angus, and Bunting has almost unshipped Paul Townend, who had to sit very tight, but has sacrificed the lead to Beckett Rock as they make the bend to the concluding half mile. Bunting rejoins Beckett Rock, couple clear of Got Glory and Angus Stewart. Bunting on the outside after that shocking mistake, just leads on the downhill run Beckett Rock. Got Glory and Angus Stewart close and behind 3rd and 4th, leaving behind Ballycallan King. As they turn their heads for home with 2 flights left to jump. Beckett Rock on the inside. With now getting a nudge, Bunting, Got Glory, is about to switch to the inside, gone on from Angus Stewart. Coming to the second last, Beckett Rock from on this side, Bunting on the left is Got Glory. Not much between the 3 as they arrive at the second last flight. Beckett Rock fractionally from Got Glory and Bunting at the second last, and it's Got Glory, and Got Glory is down when coming to mount a challenge to Beckett Rock. Bunting over the far side. Up okay is Danny Mullins. It's Beckett Rock, who that time was the one that blundered. Bunting trying to take advantage on the far side, but Beckett Rock will hold off Bunting to score by length. Angus Stewart, long way behind in 3rd. 1 more to finish, Ballycallan King.
Only 5 runners, but an instant-packed race. Started third last. We almost lost Bunting as he was making running. We then lost Got Glory, his stable companion, who was sweet through shot. Galloping riderless Danny Mullins also to his feet. And it was left to Beckett Rock, back in the winners' enclosure following a really good success on debut over 18 months ago. Don, he's back here on the back of a promising return to action at Punchestown and wins well in an incident-packed race.
Incident-packed race is right. Fran Bunting made that mistake on the far side, then it looked like Got Glory was coming to win her race, and she actually seemed to jump the second last flight well enough, and just after landing she couldn't get her landing gear out and she knuckled over on landing. That left the way clear for Beckett Rock to battle it out with Bunting, and in fairness he's battled on well. He's seen off Bunting while Bunting has to be marked up on the very forward of the run given that mistake on the far side, and Paul Tannen did really well to keep the partnership intact. But just coming down to the second last flight here, it does look like Danny Mullins is travelling a little bit better than Rachel Blackmore, and Paul Tannen on the near side. Got Glory's moved up. She probably picked up just in front at the second last flight. He's just jumped it well, or seemed to jump it well, and for some reason just didn't get her landing gear out. But looks like she's got up okay, and that's good, and Danny Mullins up okay as well. Rachel Blackmore then sees a stride, and Beckett Rock clipped the top of the flight and could have very easily come down, but he didn't lose that much momentum. Rachel Blackmore kept him going forward, and actually on the run to the line he's definitely holding Bunting, maybe even going away a little bit on the run. And you know, it's good to see Beckett Rock back in the winners' enclosure, Fran, because having won that maiden hurdle at Goran Park in the early part of last season, he missed the rest of last season, so it left him as a kind of a tricky horse to place this season. He's not a novice anymore, and yet he's only had one run over hurdles and one run under any code in his life, so he's done well here. He didn't jump very well at Punchestown the last day, but he's jumped much better here, and as we mentioned earlier on, that time at Goran Park and his maiden hurdle, Il Atlantique won another race on the day, and he was 2.5 seconds faster than him. He was 10 seconds faster than the second division of that race, so he's a talented horse, and it's good to see him back in the winners' enclosure here.
Just 5 runners for a third race of the afternoon, and it was an incident-packed race, but it was great to see the winner, Beckett Rock, get back into the winners' enclosure. Horse that shaped and won with a lot of promise on debut at Goran Park quite a while ago, and after a good run recently at Punchestown, he's back in the winners' enclosure. Well done, Henry.
Yeah, delighted with that. Yeah, Rachel was brilliant on him, and great to get it for Michael O'Flynn. Yeah, he's been very patient. He looked a nice horse last year, as you say, and then he got hurt, and we just had to back off him for a while. But lovely to have him back now, and he got a bit lost in Punchestown, but nice to see him winning today. Probably a bit fortunate with the favourite making his mistake and the other lad coming out, but it's lovely, you know, we'll take that.
Yeah, very much so, and Punchestown as well, he made a couple of mistakes and he built in that here today, and it's going the right way.
Yeah, definitely jumped a lot better today. They went so quick, yeah, that day in Punchestown. I think he just got lost. It was only his second run, and yeah, but he's a nice young horse, and like I say, delighted for the O'Flynn's.
Hard enough to place, I would imagine, given he missed his novice season. A race like this was ideal to place him into.
Yeah, absolutely. It was getting tricky, and obviously they wouldn't give him a mark after only one run. The handicapper wouldn't give him a mark. So yeah, we've gone through these races, which is lucky to have them, and we'll see now. He's entered in Dublin Racing Festival in the handicap there, so we might head there. We'll see how we go. See how he is.
Great stuff, and chasing and making potential at the back of this if you get a clear running into next year.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. I mean, yeah, I thought he jumped a lot better today, so hopefully in time.
Well done again.
Thanks very much.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.